everyone! If you're watching this video, congratulations on becoming a supplemental instruction leader. I'm Veronica Aguilar. I am a senior supplemental instruction leader for Principles of Accounting 1. I used to do business calculus, or I think it's calculus for social and management sciences, just a fancy way of saying business calc. But I wanted to make a video so you can kind of see what a typical week looks like for a SI leader. I'll be going over attending class sessions, session planning, holding your session, other weekly stuff such as your weekly house meeting, which you'll go over more during the kickoff, and attending Friday trainings, which is not typical week stuff, but something you'll see frequently, and peer observations. And yeah, I just wanted to give you a little glimpse of what a day and a week looks like for a supplemental instruction leader. You'll first start off by clocking in when you enter a class session. You have 2 of these in a week. You'll want to clock in for both of them. Here you see me sitting in an empty classroom. I always typically try to sit in the front at the beginning of the semester, just so that if I have any announcements, I'm already at the front of the room, and to kind of see where students kind of accumulate and sit. Here you'll see me taking notes, what the professor is saying. If students have questions, I would write down what difficult course content they find difficult. I would talk to students around when able to get a glimpse of what they think about the class. Here you'll see me stand up, announcing the session times, days, what will be covered in the session, and if they have any questions, I'll put my information in the whiteboard, which is also a nice thing to do when having your announcement, is to put your email or anything else. Here you'll see me walking out. Typically you would want to try to talk to students after the class ends, just to invite them to SI sessions and get a little bit of conversation going. Here you'll see me taking time for an online session. Also the same aspect, you'll be clocking in an hour for that time. After having that class session, you'll take time to submit an SI Hub report form, and then you'll start session planning. You can session plan for 1 hour for each session that you're planning to hold. Here you'll see me preparing for the in-person section. The same thing for the online folks. You'll also be preparing a session plan for your 1 hour session. Here you see me filling out for each section of the session plan. Also feel free to use class notes and anything in the online class on Canvas to add into your session plan for guiding questions, higher level questions. There will be a training for Session Plan Bonanza following after the kickoff. Once I complete the session plan, I will also submit a SI Hub report form for that, and I will always be clocked in. After you session plan, you will now hold your session. Here I am walking into a SI room. Here you'll hold your session for that hour and be clocked in for that time. You'll have 2 of these in a week, and you'll clock in for both of them. The same thing for an online section. Here I am holding an online session through Teams, and the same thing, you'll be clocking in for that participation. Feel free to use resources such as the whiteboard on the online section and all the tools and resources in the SI workroom for both your in-person and online sessions. Afterwards, you'll have your weekly house meetings. You'll pair up with your team to see what times and days work. It typically ranges from 30 minutes to an hour. Here you can talk about how your week went and anything that is SI related or in general. Afterwards, these are the Friday trainings. You'll have them in person and online. Here you'll be taking notes, participating, kind of similar to the kickoff trainings, just with a lot less presentations. Make sure to participate as you get house points and individual points that add up to get prizes. Here's an online version of the Friday trainings. You also get an hour of administrative work where you get to answer emails and meet with the professor at least once a week. Some things to note, or a recap of what the video showed, is that you want to clock in for everything that was showed in this video. So class sessions, 3 for async courses, and 3 to 4 hours for the in-person classes. Then you want to clock in for session planning, 2 hours a week, or 1 hour for each session. When you're holding the sessions, there's going to be 2 hours, 1 hour for each session. And then the weekly house meetings, you also want to be clocked in. Usually ranges from 30 minutes to 1 hour. The bi-weekly Friday trainings, whether that be in person or online, you'll want to be clocked in for the 2 hours every other Friday. And then you'll also want to be clocked in for that administrative hour. And another thing to note is you always want to submit an SI Hub for the following, such as attending class, session planning, after holding a session, and after every Friday training. With that, you have seen what a week for a supplemental instruction leader looks like. It won't look perfect like this, but you'll kind of get used to the ropes of what you have to turn in, what you have to clock in for. And yeah, you got this. Please reach out to your senior supplemental instruction leaders or returning SI leaders of how they run things. This is just what a typical week looks like for an SIL. And yeah, you got this. Good luck.